Anita Larson would like to know, does being a saint change things for you on the other side as opposed to those who are not sainted? If so, how? I love that question.
She is laughing right now. She's saying, I'm sorry. She's saying, I am sorry I'm laughing at your question. But she's saying, no, that doesn't hold any value in the higher realms because we're all one. We're all connected and we're all the same. So here we have no need for materialistic items and we have no need for anything to please or enhance our egos. So therefore, being declared a saint holds no meaning or extra value for me here in heaven. So no, absolutely not.
You don't get a special parking spot, different angel wings. I mean, nothing, huh?
No extras, no bonuses, because
no perks.
We don't need to. Everything is instant manifestation.
Yeah, no, okay, that's funny. Okay, so what are the things that have been written in the school books that have been invented by the religions? And were they untrue? I'm a little sketchy on the question.
Well, she says, as almost every story in the human historical timeline, many untruths are added to my story in order to create a figure of inspiration and hope. She's laughing. She says, you see, us humans have such a hard time to find divine inspiration, courage, and fearlessness within themselves that we always feel like we need to create heroes that do. We need heroes because they define the limits of our aspirations, and we define our ideals by the heroes we choose, and in turn, our ideals define us. So heroes truly symbolize the qualities that we'd like to possess and the ambitions we'd like to manifest. So to get back to your question, I don't know if you said the name, but she's calling him Paul. I was portrayed as a fearless, almost possessed warrior who is out for blood and victory for my king. And I can tell you I never killed anyone, nor was it ever my intention for blood and victory for my king. I can tell you that I was hoping for a diplomatic approach, and I was hoping that my warnings would be heard by the English. Unfortunately, they weren't. Now, what I did support my king because they had told me that he was supposed to be the next king. He was supposed to take over. However, I didn't do this for my king. I did it for God, if that makes a little bit of sense. Also, maybe another thing that is a little twisted, she says, or a little bit has changed a bit, is that she's showing me an image. Where are you showing me? Oh, okay. So the Dauphin Charles, or Charles is what she calls him, didn't believe me. And many stories say that he was instantly convinced that this was so, and that other people had convinced him to make sure. The truth is, he didn't believe me right away, nor did he treat me with the respect that I deserved right away. But instead, I was treated as a crazy person, and I had to go through weeks of embarrassing and physically violating examinations. And the French basically put me through the same interrogation methods as the English did. They did the same thing, you know. So that respect didn't come till later, till I had kind of proved to them who I was. And also, I was never really respected, I felt, by the soldiers on the battlefield, you know, as a lot of people claim, because I was a female. I had no place on a battlefield. And on top of that, they believed that I shouldn't tell men what to do. So luckily, I was very stubborn, and I was aggressive from time to time, which made me kind of fit in, I guess. But know that I really hated being a woman sometimes, because I didn't really fit into that female role. And I felt that I had more male energy than female. I felt more like a man than I did as a female. And so for me, that was a little conflicting sometimes, why I was chosen to have this body. But it made sense later on, that I needed to be different, and I needed to inject history with something that was very peculiar and that was not done at the time. And that was the only way that my story would stand out in the history of time.